Good morning to all my kids. Welcome to my online e-learning classes. Children, we have completed our chapter 15, and after that, today I'm going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 1, crop production and management. So this is the chapter 1 according to the sequence, and in this chapter we will learn about the crop. What is crop, the definition, how many types of crops are there according to the season, what type of precautions we have to take during the production of the crops, how we can manage the produced crops, how we can keep our crops safe, how can we keep our crop safe from the insects and pests and insects, what are the tools which are used in the crop production. So these all things we will learn in this chapter one by one. So only today I am going to give the introduction, small introduction of the chapter. So let us start the introduction of chapter, beta. Good morning to all my kids. So chapter 1, that is crop production and management. So in this chapter we will learn about the crops, and because India is a country of farmers, or basically we can say that the main occupation of Indian is farming. This is a very common thing and we all know this. So the crop production, how the crops are produced, what type of things which are used in the crop production, what are the tools which are used in the crop production, how we can manage the produced crop, means how we can store the crops, how we can save the crop, how we can protect our crops. So these all things we will going to learn in this chapter 1, that is crop production and management. So let us start the chapter. So first thing is food. So food, from where we get the food. Of course there are two sources of food. We can say that plant sources and the animal sources. So plant sources, as you know, there are lots of variety of plants on the earth, and these plants produce different kinds of edible things. Some plants provide us grains, some plant provide us fruit, some plant gives us oil and seeds, some plants gives us vegetables we eat as a vegetable. So these are the varieties of the plants, but these varieties are actually grown on a smaller scale and sometimes on a big huge way. So let us start. Paheli and Bujo went to their uncle's house during the summer vacation. So I hope you all are aware with Paheli and Bujo. You are familiar with Paheli and Bujo, because from the class 6th you are aware of these, from these names, Paheli and Bujo. These are the two kids. So Paheli and Bujo went to their uncle's house during the summer vacation. Their uncle is a farmer. One day they saw some tools like khurpi, sickle, shovel, plow, etc. in the field. So as the normal kids, the Paheli and Bujo are also small kids who went to their uncle's house in their vacation, in the summer vacation, and they saw some different kinds of things. These all things belongs to the farming, because their uncle is a farmer. So these things, or these tools which they have seen in their uncle's home or in their uncle's house were khurpi, sickle. Khurpi usually we can also see in a garden area. We can turn the mud, we can turn the soil by the help of khurpi. Sickle is a thing like this. Sickle is a tool which is used for cutting the crops. Sickle. Shovel is a blade, a flat blade which having a long handle. Okay, this is a shovel by which we can dig the soil. Okay, this is shovel. And plow, you know, the plow is here. You can see the plow. This is plow. Okay, so khurpi, sickle, shovel, plow, these are some tools which are used in the farming in the fields. So I want to know where and how we use these tools. Okay, Bujo was thinking. Now, you have learned that all living organisms require food. Everybody needs food. But why we need food? To get energy. To get energy, why we require energy? For doing various tasks, for surviving properly, to survive properly, to deal our daily life. So you have learned that all living organisms require food. Plants can make their food themselves. This line is very, very important, and you know the very deep sense this line carry very deep sense. If I'll give this line, plant can make their food themselves, and I will give a task. If I give a task, write a complete paragraph on this line. So I hope you will do, because plants can make their food themselves. Only plants are the living organism on the earth. They can synthesize their food. So they are autotrophs. They are autotrophs. They can prepare their food by themselves. They have a capability to produce their food. Okay, so they are termed as autotroph. And how they can prepare their food? Because they have some special features, some special characteristic features, some speciality in their plant body. So with the help of that feature, they can prepare their food. We all are living organism, but we cannot prepare our food. We depend for their food on plants. Okay, now can you recall how green plants synthesize their own food? Can you remember? Do you have anything? Any point? Yes, of course. I hope in class 6th and in class 7th also, it was given that plant can make their food with the help of sunlight, water, chlorophyll, and carbon dioxide. The chlorophyll is the green pigment which are present in the plant body. Sunlight and carbon dioxide they take from the atmosphere directly, and water they absorb from the soil. So by the help of these raw material, they prepare their food. They synthesize their food by their own. Animals including humans cannot make their own food, right? You know, animal cannot prepare their food. We cannot prepare our food by our own. So where do animals get their food from? So this is the question. Okay, from where we get the food? From where we get the food? Now, but first of all, why do we eat? Why do we have to eat food? This is the question number 1, which will arise in your mind. Okay, so the answer of this question, we all require food. We all require food. We all eat food because of the energy, because we need energy to get energy. You already, as I told you earlier, we need energy for doing our task, for dealing our life properly. So these are the reason why we require food. You already know that the energy from food is utilized by organisms. Yes, this is the thing. Energy from food, energy which we get from food is utilized by organism for carrying out their various body function, such as digestion, respiration, and excretion. These are some life activities which need energy. These are some important function of the body. These are important body function which require energy, and that is why we need food. We get our food from plants, either from plants or from animals, or sometimes from both the things. Okay, now in order to provide food for a large population, here we are talking about a single person, single animal, single thing, but in order to provide food for a large population, if we have to give food to the large people, to a group of people, okay, then a regular production is required. If we want to fulfill the requirement or fulfill the need of the food on a larger scale, on a larger population, for a larger people, then we need to produce our food on a regular basis, on a large amount, on a huge amount. Proper management should be required, and distribution of food is very essential and necessary. So, mean to say that if a single person need a food, it is not very difficult task to give the food or to provide the food of that a single person. But if we have to give, or we have to fulfill the food requirement of a huge population, then we need to grow the food, or we need to produce the food on a very larger or huge scale, or a huge amount. So we need proper management of crop and distribution of food. Okay, now agricultural practices. So agriculture. So 10,000 BC, till 10,000 BC, people were nomadic. They were wandering in groups. Nomadic means the people without any work and home. They move from one place to another in search of food only. They were wandering in a groups from place to place in search of food and shelter. They don't have any home. They ate raw fruits and vegetables and started hunting for animals for food. Okay, later they could cultivate. They started growing food on land. They have started to produce their crops and food on land, and produce rice, wheat, and other food crops. Thus was born agriculture. This was the initiation or the starting of agriculture. Okay, now when plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a huge scale, on a large scale, this is called crop. This is very important thing. Okay, plants, when the plants of same kind of plants, when they are grown in a same place on a huge amount, on a huge scale, then this is known as crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants are grown in the field are that of wheat. Okay, you already know that crops are of different types, like cereals means grains, vegetables, and fruits. These can be classified on the basis of the season in which they grow. We can categorize these items on the basis of their season in which they grow. India is a very vast country, full of diversity, full of various type of weather and climate. All the climates and temperature we will get in our India. Humidity, rainfall, everything vary from one area to another. Okay. Accordingly, there is a rich variety of crops grown in different parts of the country. Okay, we have in India we will get a huge variety of crops. So we can categorize or identify our crops into two parts. First is Kharif and second is Rabi. So Kharif crops. Kharif crops are the crops which are sown in the rainy season, especially in the rainy season from June to September. All those crops which are grown during the rainy season from June to September are known as Kharif crop. Is generally having paddy, maize, soyabean, groundnut, cotton, etc. Now the Rabi crops. So So rabi crops are grown during the winter season, and they are especially the time period is from October to March, and they contains wheat, gram, pea, mustard, and linseed. Okay, so these are the two types of crops. Besides these, pulses and vegetables are grown during summer at many places. Okay, so basically this is all for today, children. I hope you all have understood the introduction of this chapter. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching this video, children.